Raw's ratings continue to collapse in WWE. And they're doing it at a rate and a time of year that is a bit unusual, and you could not really blame on the cyclical nature of ratings, right? We have WrestleMania season, that tends to pop a rating. You have the big four PLEs, the other three of them being Survivor Series, SummerSlam, Royal Rumble. Those typically pop ratings. If they debut on a new platform, that'll pop a rating. But what's going on here is not simply normal. It's not your normal cycle of ebbs and flows for ratings in WWE. And yes, I understand this is not really comparable to the USA Network, the way numbers are compiled nowadays, but they've been on Netflix long enough that you can now compare apples to apples since they've been on Netflix. We're going to do that and talk about the potential root cause of this collapse. Now, some of these numbers, and you can go and Google these yourself, you can chat GPT them yourself, you can verify me all you want, but right now, WWE is at a free fall for ratings. 2026 thus far, from February down to June 29th, they've gone from 3.1 to 2, this is in millions, 3.1, 2.9, 2.7, 2.8, 3, 2.9, 2.8, 2.5, 2.0, 2.4, 2.4, 2.3, 2.3. That's not good. That's over, a 4-month, 5-month time span here, just in 2026. But it gets worse if you go back. If you go back into 2025, most of the ranges of ratings on Netflix fell between 2.3 and 3 million in 2025. They started off in 2025 on July 7th to 2.6 million, 2.8, 2.6, 2.4. And they spiked a rating around November of 2025, likely due to Survivor Series and WrestleMania season starting to come into focus at 3.1 million viewers. But they debuted, get this, January 6th, 2025. Don't forget they moved Raw over to Netflix. They got a huge rating, 4.9 million views. And then it tanked, right? And you expect a drop off, but you don't expect a drop off of half your viewership, going from 4.9 down to 2.5 million. I mean, that is literally half of your audience just disappearing. That tells me that the people who watched the debut of Raw on Netflix tuned in for mere curiosity, and that those people who are curious were no longer curious, and they just went back to their regular viewing cycle, whatever they may be watching on TV or movies. That whatever they debuted on Netflix for their Raw debut did not exactly retain the audience that they wanted it to. Now, I know The Rock was on there. Obviously, he's got a massive crossover audience, some large following, so he helped the ratings as well. But if you're looking for any kind of positive trend for WWE, well, the only positive thing is that they're consistent in their decline of ratings for Raw. And you may say, well, it's not really a free fall. Again, but if you look at the trends and you go from 25 and 26 to 2025 and you look year over year, things are heading downward and downward at about 10 to 20% year over year. It's not exactly every week, but if you total up the viewership month by month and you look at it, WWE is not heading in the right direction. Now, what's the big reason? Let's just get to it because I want this to be a quick video. What is the biggest reason? No, I don't think it's ticket sales. Many people look at the ticket sales and say, oh, well, people aren't attending live events, so they're not going to tune into the product to invest time to go to the live events. And while that may be true, again, that's still not the root of the issue. The root of the issue is the product sucks. The root of the issue is that TKO has treated professional wrestling like its own personal toy box with absolutely no respect for the heritage lineage of professional wrestling. They have their own show out there that they've produced 3 seasons on called Unreal that they have used to make sure that they know that the audience knows that we know that they know that this is all not real. So they have shown time and again, they have no respect for the industry and the product itself, bringing in celebrities rather than building in-house talent, giving minutes to celebrities time and again, not just at WrestleMania season, but through PLE after PLE after PLE, bringing in potentially Tom Brady to have some kind of program with Logan Paul. That's the kind of stuff that is going to turn off the casual viewer. They're not there to watch celebrity involvement. And there's no fan that exists where they're thinking to themselves, you know what would really get me into pro wrestling? If my favorite NFL star or movie star appeared on Monday Night Raw. That would make me a consistent long-term viewer and consumer of TKO's WWE, or their version of WWE. That fan does not exist. For some reason, TKO believes that these people, this massive underground hidden version of fans exist, where they believe that if their celebrity comes into wrestling, they'll become a long-term fan. And if you don't believe me, just again, look at the strategic path of TKO for WrestleMania, for last year's WrestleMania, for Royal Rumble, anytime they go to Saudi, this coming SummerSlam. Look at it. And it has largely been a total disaster every time that they do. So again, TKO thinks this fan exists. It doesn't. These types of people don't exist in the world that we live in. So anyway, I wanted to point that out. That's the biggest reason, really, to just say you improve the product, ticket sales will go up, and you can charge more because people will pay more for a high quality product. But right now, things are cold. And right now, viewership for Raw is on the decline. If you want more like this and a full Raw review, check out my podcast anywhere the podcasts are available at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and everywhere else. So thank you guys, and we'll talk soon.